So we are starting. So friends, welcome back to another exciting episode of Axiomata. Last we left off, the party had managed to overcome their aggressors and through some part of their own and some part of the malfunctioning Axiom unit on Lisker's part, they managed to hold on this. Sorry about that. After defeating or getting free from Lisker's attempted kidnapping, the party had come across the suitcase that he was carrying, or a case in this case. Opening the case, they found themselves presented with another Axiom unit, which the party has collectively decided to grant over to Roland. Roland, how will come to you in a bit. On the other hand, back in Dazzle, Gideon and Regina managed to infiltrate through some very clever means into the Keshzar Super Center, where they were able to convince the guards to let them inside, and they came across a nobility, a female elf from the floating flying city of Aethris. Trying to gather some more information, Regina and Gideon asked around. They got some info. Regina used her invisibility spell to learn more about the upcoming race and the drivers, and of course Marshal Cale Warren, who she realized has some specific information that she's looking for hidden away in a specific part of his palace underground. And after deciding that they wanted to leave, Regina received a very cryptic response from the visiting noble, a telepathic response, leaving her more confused as to how is it that this person knows my nomenclature. So, continuing the story, we will pick up where we left off. Roland, what would you like to do as the party or the group of friends that you travel with have decided that you would basically be the owner of this particular axiom?
अभी हम we're in the same place right now, right?
Yes,
जहाँ sewers के अंदर fight.
Yes, you are in the sewers.
Okay, we're giving this to me then.
So basically तुमने एक ग्लास का बॉक्स कंस्ट्रक्ट किया था, सूटकेस को उसमें रख के हाथ डाल के उसको बड़ा सेफली खोला. जब खोला तो उसके अंदर भी एक ग्लास लाइक स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर यूनिट रखा हुआ है. So it's glass suitcase, glass unit.
I'll ask the party, so should I use this now or save it for an emergency?
Be you, man.
Be a man.
Well, let's give it a try. It hasn't hurt anyone so far. And you will know better how to use it. It obviously has some purpose.
I guess we're far away from everything, so the explosion shouldn't hurt anyone else. So I can try using it now and...
So are you opening both the glass cases?
I will like go behind a wall and like try opening the glass case.
Easily enough, there are wall-like structures over here. They're basically वो नहीं होते tanks जो होते हैं बड़े-बड़े underground में. They're like septic tanks. So you go behind one of them. You open up the first glass. You open up the second glass. A strange mist just evaporates in a bit as you open the second glass in which the unit is stored. As you open it, it gives off a little bit of this smoky texture. As you look at the unit, you look at the circular spherical control metal that's in the center. The unit starts to move. The metal clampings come off, and the bioorganism tentacles grab on hold to you, just like how you witnessed Kier's transformation, where his entire body was encased in sort of a shell-like substance. Your body is also encased, and you fall unconscious. You people, on the other hand, the rest of you, Kier, the rest of the team, you don't hear anything. No explosion, no nothing. Several minutes go by. Nothing happens. चलबुल अगर कुछ बोल रहे हो, केयर कुछ बोल रहे हो तो मुझे आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
हाँ, Chilbul would like to take a peek around the corner.
As you take a peek around the corner,
Wonder like, yeah.
Roland, what pose would Roland be in the last moments of his crystallization?
I think like he'll be sitting like cross-legged down and like staring at the crystal glass.
That's what you see, Chilbul. You see Roland sitting cross-legged with his hands on his knees in a very relaxed pose, in a very opaque, very shell-like crustacean kind of a residue, kind of a shell inside, not moving. Looks like a little statue of him, just like how Kier was. You look at the case, both the glass cases are empty, there is no unit there.
I tell everyone else, hey guys, the transformation is complete. No explosion. And I give a thumbs up and a grin.
Kier, you look at him.
And then I know.
यहाँ पे है कौन कौन? ग्रोवैक है, रेजिना नहीं है, रोलैंड तो बन गया, कियर है, और वो ग्रो और पैरोक नहीं है. हाँ, तुम सिटी में हो?
अच्छा हाँ हाँ सिटी में.
So the party in the sewers. How would you guys? It's about I would say, roughly an hour and a half worth of walk back to the city for you. Like you can run back to the city in an hour or so. Or you can take an attempt to drive the vehicle that was used to bring you here and maybe attempt to get back sooner.
Yeah, vehicle.
Okay, who wants to drive the vehicle then?
यार अपना engineer तो बैठा हुआ है. I try to wake him up though. So
No
I want to touch the shell.
You touch the shell, it's hard. Talk, talk, talk.
Well, Roland's kind of useless now. So I guess it's up to the rest of us to get back to town. We've got a vehicle here. All right, so let's take a look at the vehicle. I mean, we have seen it in operation on the way here. We saw it being used on the way.
You've seen it used on the way. You've also, you and Roland actually learned some information on how these are operated. So you might wanna, basically you have the general idea. You're no experts at the moment. You have a general idea. ये दबाते हैं तो क्या होता है, वो दबाते हैं तो क्या होता है. Seeing that it's only you and Kier who are the active players here at the moment, which one of you two would like to drive or attempt to drive?
I want.
So go ahead and roll a survival check to me to see if you can reach in time or if you completely botch it. If you are attempting, जो भी drive कर रहा है, either Kier or you, whoever is driving, can roll a survival check as they attempt to drive this vehicle with every one of you inside back to the city.
Here, you want to try?
Hello, Kier.
Here is muted.
Kier is muted. Okay, we'll come back to this in a bit. So it's around, like, I would say, a little afternoon, around 2:30 p.m. when this is taking place. Coming back to the city, Regina Gideon, the noble heiress leaves, and you guys leave after her. Or you're in the Kesar Center, Super Center, and you can leave if you want to, or what would you like to do? Head back to your quarters, do anything else?
No, I think we did all that then.
Okay, so you're heading back to your quarters. Or
Yes.
I say, you know what? Screw the check as Hamza is there. We're gonna increase the time a little bit, unless someone has anything to do. Okay.
I didn't want to pick up.
I missed a few sessions.
Mhm.
I was working on some projects.
We will come to that. The 15th day is a complete day of free time. I don't have it. It's 14th right now. 15th, I have nothing planned for you guys. It's a free time day, or जो वो बोलते हैं ना downtime. And then 16th is when the race is. ठीक है? I specifically gave that because certain people have projects they want to work on. So, someone said something. I think मुझे गिडियन की पीछे से आई थी आए और फिर आवाज गायब हो गई.
I was saying that I was going to ask one of the shopkeepers about the new dignitaries, whereabouts in town they would stay.
Oh, they would probably be staying at they're going to be private guests for Kael'Vorn, and they're going to be staying at his palace as his guests.
Right.
It's a very small town. There's nothing fancy over here. Let me re-describe the town. There's nothing fancy over here other than Irona's technological building, or her lab as she likes to call it, जो कि currently under investigation hai, as she's underground, and Marshal Kael'Vorn's mansion. Other than that, it's a very mid-ish type. I mean, it's one step above a village, if you want to put it into spectrum, and it's in the middle of the desert. Wait, hotel nahi hai. You yourself are staying in the most prestigious joint in town, which is the Rusted Coil. और उसकी हालत तुम लोगों ने देख ली. This is me giving you an idea of what the town is like. There's also the mansion of what's his name, the champion. You tried going there, but he was not about.
Fine.
And he did the gentleman, what's his name? He did give you the names. That there will be some dignitaries coming from Kesha, there'll be some coming from Ave, there'll be some coming from two other places that he named, which I need to pull up and show to you guys. So there is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the most important one, which has made this important, is the princess herself, or I should stop calling her princess. the noblewoman, the heiress herself. She had descended upon the land.
Okay, so before we leave, Gideon is just going to confirm with Regina. Did you find anything of note? Anything worth knowing?
Nothing particular.
You did? Yeah.
Wait, did I?
Yes, you did. The information that you were looking for specifically about the connections of Kaelwan Kya Kar Raha Hai, that's what you were looking for. That was one of the things, right? You found out that you will know more information about what you're looking for in a bunch of documents that are hidden in his palace in his grand ballroom underground
Acha, हाँ.
in a balcony.
So,
On the northeastern corner of the balcony, there is a drawer. उस drawer में मिलेगा जो भी है.
acha, so yes, nothing. I didn't find anything important here, but I did learn where we can find more information about all of this, and it will be in the balcony of Mohammed. Puri information there. I'm going to tell it to Gideon.
So there's this.
All right.
The
It will
map.
be something for me to keep an
We're
eye
going
out
to have
for.
to infiltrate and somehow get that information from there.
Well, you know one location. I don't know, already mentioned to you guys that he has several locations throughout his mansion. You've learned of one, or two actually. One is in a tile in the main entrance corridor के first corridor में. There is a tile that's loose. There's some information under that tile. So you've now learned of two things.
Okay.
Okay.
ठीक है.
So Regina gives you that information. You guys decide to make your way back to the tavern. Takes you about 30 minutes or so. You guys go there, lively as ever. There are some patrons in the Rusted Tavern. Gruff gives you his normal welcome. Welcome, sir. Welcome back to the tavern. And you head into your rooms. You find that your friends have not yet returned as of yet. Hamza, are you? I don't think so. I don't think he's here. I'm gonna fast forward. No roll needed. About an hour or so later, close to sundown, not almost sundown. It'll be sundown in a little while. Your friends arrive into your room, holding a. Wait, how do you guys carry Roland's statued form up from the vehicle to the room? Because there are people around.
That's an interesting question.
It is an interesting question as well. Indeed. Are you like just carrying him, or are you like छुपा के लेके जा रहे हो?
नहीं नहीं इसको छुपा के ही लेके जाना है. इसको
Hmm.
तुम छुपाएं कैसे?
You can always leave him
अच्छा
in the vehicle.
नहीं सामान थोड़ी.
Currently, as per
Is
D&D
there
rules,
something?
he is an object.
Oh, so is he?
D&D rules, he is
Okay, so
currently
he's
an
kind of
object.
like. Okay. Is there any tarp or cover in the vehicle?
Yes, there is a dirty sheet full of dust in the cover, large enough to cover a human. Mori type है.
I mean, least we can do is cover him up.
बोरी में डाल के लेके जा रहे हो?
easily.
Easily enough. You put him in that. You carry him up. You have two big muscle-bound people. They can easily carry him. Grovak and Barok. They easily carry him over the shoulder. Uh, Let me roll something here. Oh yeah, no one pays any attention to you. You guys come into your room.
Oh.
You see Gideon and Regina sitting there.
Oh, Regina, Gideon. Uh, we were almost abducted and by ethos.
By
Got a lot to share with you, man. How's your day been?
well, we were able to infiltrate into the town, and we didn't find anything that exciting other than the fact that there is uh, an envoy from कौन सी जगह थी?
Aetherius.
Aethris. Sorry. There's an envoy from Aethris visiting us here right now. And
April.
yeah,
That's the flying city, is it?
yeah. And
Wonder what
somehow, yeah. Yeah, and sorry, my bad. And she knew me somehow. I don't know how, but she knew me. We also learned of some information where we can find more, you know, uh, we can find more information about the racers. But for that, we are going to have to infiltrate one of the mansions.
See. Weren't you going to meet what's his face? Dwarf fellow, one who leads one of the teams.
Yeah. So we might, but right now, we were focusing on getting any information from regarding the vehicles, but it was not in the market.
Well, let's see if there's any update about that. Okay. Now that Roland is sort of safe here, I do wander down and talk to the barkeeper.
Okay, before you
And,
do wander down, um, the big window in your room. You guys all see a small white flicker of light flutter into the room. As it gets in and closer, you realize it's a small white moth. Seems to be made entirely of shimmering magic light as it drifts into the window into your room. It flies a little bit, circles the room as if looking for something, and it gently starts floating towards Regina. And Regina, it lands on your shoulder, crawls down your arm into your hand, and the moth unfolds into what appears to be a small piece of paper. Seems to be made of an impossibly thin piece of what you can only describe as ivory. It's like a
What does it say?
oh, you're opening it? It's folded.
Yeah, I'm going to stand up and open it just to see it. Yeah,
As you open it,
nice.
please wait while the DM loads. This is what it says.
Okay.
In case अगर विंडो बंद हो in case अगर विंडो बंद हो गई है तो मैंने WhatsApp पे भी पेश किया.
Okay.
Feature of WhatsApp.
You
Bring the
see
paladin.
as the page unfolds, within inside you see elegant silver writing. It starts to appear on the paper, almost as if it's glowing. As light falls onto it, you can see different shades of it. And it states, as you see, Lady Regina, I find myself with an unfortunate amount of food and time, and only one exceptionally troublesome bodyguard to share it with. You should come save me from boredom. Bring your friends, preferably those who won't attempt to murder me before dessert tonight. Maya How. There's a bottom script. And bring the paladin. He's cute. As the moth folds itself back together, flutters into nothingness.
Oh.
The fuck is that?
I have no idea.
As soon as the moth flutters
Guy,
away,
whatever's in the background, we can hear it.
yeah. So as soon as the moth flutters away into nothingness, it is almost as if information got downloaded into your individual brains of where to go. The directions lead to a
Uh,
a hold on. What the fuck? The instructions
hmm.
point towards a little outside of the city, northwest, where Lady Hawa's sky carriage is, and she's invited you to her sky carriage.
Well, I think we should visit her. I would like to know how she knows me.
So
Yes, she clearly knew more than she was letting on. She
Yes.
she noticed us, but did not say anything about it.
Yes. And I think we should visit her. It could prove fruitful.
based on the contextual timing of the letter, I would say you have an hour to reach. Get prepared and reach. So I believe Chulbul wanted to do something in the meantime.
Yeah, I'll be right back. By the way, see if we can do something about Roland. He's, yeah, kind of in this state. अब ये बोल के फिर आपको
Anyone would want to make a nature or a bonk check?
A bunk check.
A bonk check. Oh, sorry,
I mean,
nature.
I will ask.
Nature बोल रहा हूँ. Medicine or a bonk check.
medicine तो अपना बंदा गिर जो
He's not
popped
dead.
out.
That's enough. You needed a 10. No, you rolled a nature check. You need a medicine check. Nature मेरे मुंह से निकल गया था. भाई मेरे मुंह से निकल गया, मुझसे गलती हो गई. 9 plus. Is it a 9 plus something? An 8? Gideon, you have no idea what's happening here.
So it wasn't a 9, it was a 6. It just showed up upside down.
Oh, it was a 6. 8. Doesn't matter. Still doesn't pass.
Yeah.
People who have seen something like this, which is Regina and Chulbul, who are over here at the moment, can make a history check depending on the answer. you might find a solution.
A history check.
Not a terribly hard DC.
Just extremely terrible rolls.
No, there is one extremely good roll and one okay roll. Both of you remember that the last time this happened, Kier was encrusted in this thing. Grovak took his hammer and literally cracked him out.
Hmm.
Well, Korvac can do the honors one more time.
I guess I can roll for Grovak.
Yes.
Um, Grovak is right over here, and this is his mall. Oh yeah, he's definitely going to hit damage. So he picks up your mod because he's not here. I rolled it for him, and he, as gently as possible, makes connection. The crust around Kier starts to crumble and fall away, revealing a very naked, very perfectly fine Kier. Sorry, very perfectly fine uh, Roland underneath. And as the crust falls away completely, it turns to dust. And Roland, you wake up
Where are we?
with
I
a
see. Back in the base.
yeah, back in the base.
I'll try to examine myself to see if anything has changed.
Medicine check. क्या रोला? 15. You seem to be perfectly fine. The bruises and bumps or any scars that you might have had from childhood also seems to have gone away. And anyone who is looking at his very naked, very exposed backside also see two tumor-like scars right at the base of his neck, where his neck meets his shoulder blades, very similar to the ones that Kier and anyone, Grovak, uh, and Zerak have. They're much larger at the moment, but they're there.
Same as before. That's where the Axiom entered. No doubt.
I don't know what you said, Chaltu. Your voice kind of became garbly.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Hmm.
Yeah, I just said, yeah, that's the wound where the Axiom entered, probably, like last time.
Maybe.
I'd like touch the back
Oh,
of my neck. Yeah, I guess everyone seemed to have them afterwards.
Yeah. As you touch them, you do feel कि there is like wound को touch करते हैं तो skin की sensation different होती है ना? It feels like that. And as you touch it, you do feel कि it's pulsating a bit, like a heartbeat.
Hmm. Is it different from my heartbeat?
No, it's very much in sync with your heartbeat.
I see, I see.
But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't pain. It's just there.
So I see no explosion this time.
Nope. You're asking me or them?
नहीं नहीं the party because मैं
Okay,
तो
okay, okay. हाँ, okay, okay.
unconscious था ना.
Sorry, sorry. I'll stay shut up.
none whatsoever. So it worked. The thing was in case uh, saw, and then you put another portion outside. That was the safety, I suppose.
What?
So how do you feel? How do you feel?
How do you feel? He's asking you, how do you feel?
As, it's the same. I don't like. I feel better than before. Even some of my previous injuries are gone.
In fact, you know what? Let's make it even more funnier. Would you say, before getting the axiom, would you say Roland was circumcised?
Uh, I don't know.
Make a choice. Either he was or he
what
wasn't.
is the usual? What's the usual in this world?
Up to you guys. You decide.
Let's say you had a piercing right there.
Okay, I mean, I would say elves usually go ahead and make it a point to be very clean and very well kept. I would say, as an elf tradition, circumcision was a thing, but it's up to you.
Hmm.
Sure.
You are no longer circumcised. Just to put things into perspective.
Huh. Interesting.
You have fully healed that.
Yeah. It's like almost a complete reset on the body.
You also feel
Seems like you're
you
feeling
also
up.
wake up from this slumber feeling as if you've had a long rest. So I've already given you the
Well,
long rounds. Just letting you know. Physically, your HP is full, everything is full, your magic has been restored.
oh, amazing.
Fuck you, man. Yeah, pretty much, Gideon, pretty much. So, yeah, about, I would say, a little under an hour to get ready and attend Maya's dinner invitation, should you want to. Two of the nine people have decided that they want to go there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, anyone would want to pop down,
Hmm.
quickly talk to the crowd, check if there are any messages
Okay.
particular.
Roll, I would say roll a d100 for me.
Um,
This is a 17. No, there are no messages.
like, okay,
Sorry, sir, there have been no messages for you as of yet.
well, you let me know if you hear anything, any word, any message come through.
Don't worry,
Kind of
sir.
urgent.
Don't worry, sir. As soon as I receive any information, I will personally bring it to your room, sir.
Fantastic.
So, anything anyone wants to do in order to get ready, or do you want to skip forward directly to the dinner?
Um, I'd like to change into more formal clothing. I think most of us have some.
Easily enough.
Might be a good idea to do that.
I mean, you did guys start. I did give you a set of traveling clothes, so I would say you all have a change of good looking clothes that can be worn into respectful praises. And Gideon, you were specifically given a set of clothes by Aldrin. So, yes, clothing would not be an issue.
Asha, I was already wearing
Yeah, you already have
my.
yeah, you already have
Uh,
And
Gideon is going to spend some time just kind of polishing up and shining up his armor.
Okay, make sure, no problem. It should give you enough time to get ready and polish up your armor as well. I would say for the missing people, which is Barok, Kier, and Zara, I would put them in the DM bubble, but they will accompany you. And
Before we leave, I'll try to repair and fix up Otis because he
is anything
died.
I died. मुझे बता दो specifics क्या है? I do not know the specifics of what happens to your
आ, मुझे लॉन्ग रेस्ट मिल गया ना, तो लॉन्ग रेस्ट
नहीं
के बाद
नहीं
एक
लॉन्ग रेस्ट के इफेक्ट्स मिले, लॉन्ग रेस्ट नहीं मिला है.
okay, okay, okay.
हाँ, लॉन्ग रेस्ट
Then I can spend a spell slot and I think 10 minutes to fix him. Okay,
sure, you
bring
can
him
do
back.
that. You can go ahead and mark off the appropriate spell slot, and we'll consider him that he is alive and doing well. बेचारा collateral damage में मर गया.
hmm,
बेचारे ने काम बहुत किया है।
करेक्ट. अरे आ गए
He's
तुम.
there to he's there to take hits.
ठीक है. You spend some time recovering your little one. Gideon polishes his armor. Chulbul where gets into some very fine looking clothes. Barok and Zerach also do the same. Barok, I would say, still looks very much like he's ready to fight, but now he's wearing fur and some very ceremonial kind of garb. Zerach wears into some very fancy looking clothes. Kir already has a set of clean clothes that he puts on. Grovak, you are being invited to a very fancy dinner from a very high elven noblewoman from the
I
highest.
am not an idiot.
Okay.
I will change.
Okay. Yeah, Grovak also changes. Anything
I mean,
you.
he is a reader. He likes to read.
Hmm. Yes, of course, he would know how to present himself. ऐसा नहीं है कि एकदम जाहिल है. ऐसा नहीं है. I'm just asking. ऐसे ही जा रहे हो कि कपड़े पहन के जा रहे हो?
Oh, he is not an idiot.
Okay.
I have to roll my 1d6 for daily.
अभी डेली हुआ नहीं.
Oh,
हाँ, अभी अभी सेम डे चल रहा है. The same fight वाला डे चल रहा है. So, last question. Before you guys depart, walking would take you about 45-ish minutes or so to reach the place that you need to reach. There is also this vehicle that you have commandeered. तो पैदल जाना है या गाड़ी में बैठ के जाना?
अब तो हर जगह गाड़ी में जाएंगे भाई. Because I'm thinking, first of all, style. Second, whoever's going to drive the car eventually needs brand.
So who is going to drive this vehicle?
Uh, well,
eeny, meeny, miny, girl.
so so Roland had decided that he would be in the pit group. So that leaves Peter Penny. So Chilbul wants to drive.
Okay, Chulbul, this time around, please give me a survival check. Now that you have Kier, I would say the DC would have reduced significantly to see how well you handle this vehicle and how quickly you are able to transport everyone without.
Just give it to me. मैं इसके हाथों से छीनता हूँ. This is not how you do it.
Okay, DC will go up a bit.
That's because
The DC, you easily pick him up. He's small. You pick him up and put him on the passenger seat, and you see that he's driving erratically ऑलमोस्ट 2-3 लोगों को टक्कर मार दी, लेकिन मारते मारते बचा. देन यू सी कि एक बच्चे को बचाने के चक्कर में he swims it the other way and he's about to hit a wall and you go ahead and do this. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
यार मुझे लॉन्ग रेस्ट के इफेक्ट मिला है.
नहीं.
Wait. Oh shit.
Yeah, the vehicle is fucked.
Huh?
As you attempt to control the vehicle from the botched attempt that Chulbul was going to do, you try to get into the driver's seat, but it's already too late. As you try to control it and it goes further out of control, and you, in that haphazard manner, brake दबाने के बजाय accelerator दबा दिया, and the vehicle goes speed, ramming into the side of a building. You're all thrown forward, some bumps and bruises and scrapes, nothing of catastrophe, but this vehicle is fucked. It is total.
Not suitable for driving again.
Not at
Uh,
all. You could maybe have someone fix it for you, but at the moment, no.
Just
What did you do?
Now,
wait, which
I,
tactical mind क्यों नहीं काम?
I don't know. Tactical mind तो काम इसलिए नहीं करेगा क्योंकि it's a nat 1.
Oh,
It's a natural
That one
failure.
then.
net one failed. Okay.
It is a nat 1 fail. There is nothing you can do that will help you fix this.
Okay.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Tactical mind किधर है? ये रहा. Right click, view item. Yes, yes, yeah.
Things are looking great for the race.
Things are looking awesome for the race. Okay, anyways. However, the good thing about this is you crashed very close to the party. You guys get out, dust yourself. In the distance, about, I would say, 50 meters or so, you do see what you know for a fact to be the flying craft of Maya Hava, a very elegant looking, almost unearthly flying craft. Nothing that you have ever seen before. You expected it to be looking like a sand scriver that Gideon and you guys saw before, but this looks like a very elegant looking craft made out of what appears to be and can only be described as white pearl. It has sails, it has wings, and it has lights that follow around its contours, glowing blue. At the very edge of where it is parked, you see sort of a spaceship ramp open up with two guards standing. The dinner is going to be held in a private dining chamber in her craft, and as you arrive at your destination, you are greeted with two guards in full body white armor, which are totally not stormtroopers, holding rifles. Who is going to approach them?
Gideon को भेजो.
Whoever wants to, man.
Well,
okay,
Regina was the one who was invited,
हाँ
and Gideon
मैं
is
भी
her
कह रहा था
personal
कि
favorite.
yeah, I think if Regina is fine with
I'm
it,
going to go forward and
yeah,
talk to
and alongside Gideon.
Alongside Gideon. As you approach the guards, they greet you. Lady Regina, welcome to Lady Maya's uh, craft. She waits inside. Please have you and your friend step inside as they move out of the way and gesture for you to go inside.
Acha,
We
so
we
we are
do
going
we
to
do
go
so.
inside.
Okay. As you go
I
inside,
asked the guard,
mhm.
was is the lady expecting all of us, our entire army?
Oh yes, of course, she is expecting all 8 of you.
Hmm. I make a mental note that he knew about
Yep. Okay. As you step inside, the inside of the very first chamber that you see seems to be very mundane in terms of there's some seating area, there's lights, there are hallways going almost in every direction, doorways, sorry. There is also a staircase which apparently leads to the upper area. As you step inside, you are greeted with uh, a very elegant looking humanoid automaton. They look very similar to the automatons they were that you found in Irona's factory. But however, these look to be much more advanced, much more polished, much more elegant, and very well made. As one of them approaches and says, "Welcome to Lady Regina's craft. Please follow this way." And is robotically
Lady
turns.
Regina's craft?
So, Lady Maya's, my apologies. So, please follow me to the dining chamber this way. And it starts each. Very C3PO kind of a construction, but very good looking as it moves towards one of the hallways in the northern side of this room. Doorways. And he's asking you guys to follow. Is everyone following or anyone staying behind?
Uh, Chulbul would like to sneak a peek upstairs. Okay.
Okay. It is quite a flight of stairs, so let me first of all. Why don't you? Are you just sneaking up or are you just going?
Sneaking up, so come.
Okay, so go ahead and roll stealth for me, please. One of the other automaton, as everyone follows the first automaton towards the dining room, you break off. One of the other automaton goes, "Please, sir, the way to the dining room is this way. That would lead to Lady Maya's private chambers. Please do not go up there." As
Hmm.
he attempts to correct you
Blocking my
that
way.
that's not the way you should be going.
Is he like actively blocking my way?
Huh? No, he's not actively blocking
Is
you.
he like,
He is with the other automaton leading everyone into the room and he spots you.
अच्छा, he's seen me go up, try
Yes.
to go upstairs.
Try to go upstairs.
Hmm.
And he's saying कि वो रास्ता नहीं है, ये रास्ता है. Please don't go up there.
Terrific. I will follow. I'm
Okay.
not going to go up.
Okay. As you are led through this small corridor into a grander room, which appears to be a dining room, which I will describe in a minute. As you guys all enter this room, I want everyone to make a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw.
Okay.
Where is my charisma? Oh,
That's something you have very
bye
often.
bye.
Where, where's
Charisma saving
Buddy's
throw.
save throw?
Charisma saving throw. One, two, three, four, five. और तो कोई नहीं है ना यहाँ पे
Gideon
Uh,
को देखो.
एक्टिव में गिडियन का भी देख लो. Okay, so there are only about a total of. Why do I keep opening Steam? I don't want to open Steam right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you all enter this individual, so in this grand room, I'll describe the room in a minute. Stepping towards this threshold, something about the room immediately puts you all at ease. You can't quite explain why. The tension you've been carrying seems to loosen almost immediately. Your shoulders relax, your breathings become steadier. Whatever concerns you had before entering suddenly seem less important. Not gone, just quieter. The room itself feels warm and welcoming. And you see in the distance Maya standing. Her presence somehow seems to feel perfectly natural. You find yourself looking forward to this evening. You feel completely comfortable here. Perhaps for once you can enjoy your evening. The room itself has a long, pearly white table that occupies the center of the room, beneath a chandelier composed of floating crystals. The interior of the room seems to be made of an impossibly smooth white substance. The closest you can think it is marble. Lights float around and glow without any heat. The lining in the wall and the floors are lit by glowing blue lines. You see there's a window that overlooks the city of Dazzle, and you see once you enter this room, the entirety of the ship, you can feel that starting to float up a bit as you overlook the city from an elevated view. There are no visible guards, no servants, no obvious security. Only Maya sitting at the head table seat, casually holding a glass of wine. Behind her stands her guard that you met earlier. When you enter, she stands up, claps with a smile, and goes, "There she is. I was wondering whether you would come or not." And she puts down her glass, walks towards Regina, and gives her a big hug and smiles and looks past at her and says, "Oh, you brought the paladin. How wonderfully dramatic." She looks at you, Gideon. She
And
goes ahead.
I'll introduce myself.
Mhm. In that, she's like, "Oh, that's wonderful. A paladin of the sanctum." She looks at your clothing, the armor. "Sanctum work, is it?" Before you can answer, she goes like, "Very beautiful. You wear it well." Though I suppose that is the point.
You have a remarkably keen eye.
You choose well. She turns around and looks at her bodyguard and goes, "He looks much harder than to kill than you, Alpha." He,
Repeat.
he looks much harder to kill than you.
Okay.
Oh, don't look
Oh,
offended. I said looks. And she turns around to face every one of you. Goes, "This is my personal garden pet, Alpha 8. He's quite strong and very amusing." She smiles. "But please, sit. Tonight, we aren't soldiers, adventurers, wizards, paladins, or whatever it is that you lambs insist on calling yourselves." She gestures towards the table. "Ha, Hamza, bolo." Hamza,
आई म्यूट मैं पूछ रहा था अल्फा 8 की पिक्चर है
Alpha 8 की पिक्चर है, अभी दिखा देता हूँ, कोई मसला नहीं.
दिस इज
You
अ गुड बटन
This is a good button. I told everyone has access to this button. If you press it, I will know that you want to do or say or act something. Guys, just to let you know, on the left hand side of the screen, in your token controls, there is, yes, that button. If you press it, it lets me know that this person has something they want to do. Yes, Akai, you want to do something? Or were you just testing it?
I was saying that when she said that,
Hmm.
just grunt like,
So
that
she
kind.
went. Tonight we aren't soldiers, adventurers, wizards, paladins, or whatever else it is that you lambs insist on calling yourselves. Tonight we're simply people having dinner. Let me go ahead and activate this. There we go. As she sits down at the head table. Ah, much more civilized. Um, she gestures to you actually, Alpha, and she goes, "You should sit with us." And she points to the table, seat right next to her. Go on. And
Lady.
she's, yeah, and she's waiting for you to, well, sit. What are you doing?
I saw.
Okay.
I woke up.
Right next to her.
I, I look at her, smile, and then I said,
Okay.
ड्रैगन बोन उस पे आ गए
Huh. See, he's almost civilized and can be trained as well. So she
I'm
immediately,
just observing for now, just to see if I remember anything.
We'll get to that in a bit. So, how's everyone been doing? I hope your journey here was easy. She looks at everyone expecting an answer.
Oh
Comfortable.
yes, it
Uh,
was quite enjoyable.
That is amazing to hear. Tell me something. And uh, she's going to look at someone random. Grovak, she's going to look at you and say, how do lambs normally travel between cities down here?
Oh no. I mean by foot.
By foot?
uh,
You actually
I
travel.
I interrupt her.
Hmm.
I say, "Hey, why do you keep referring to us as lamb?" And while she's doing that, I'm rubbing my ass because that's where I got hit during the accident.
You're doing what?
So I ask her,
Hmm.
why do you keep calling us lambs? And
Well,
while she's doing that, I will be rubbing my ass because that's where I got hit during
that
You're
the
rubbing
accident.
That's
your
what I
back.
thought you said. I was hoping you hadn't, but that's what I thought you said.
is rubbing
Rubbing your
Yeah.
your
ass.
is rubbing your ass. That's where he was. What? That's the second part I'm not getting.
Yeah.
Oh, accident में यहाँ चोट लगी.
I see. Okay. Well, that's the word we have for surface dwellers. It's not meant to be derogatory. It's just something that we call you. It's how we see you. I mean, it's you call a monkey. You call a cow, and we Atherians call the surface dwellers lambs. How she does produce? Is anyone good in history over here? Proficient in history?
Uh, yes,
Roll
I am.
history. Anyone proficient in history can roll history. Anyone else?
Um, I mean, I'm half proficient.
You can roll it if you're half proficient. Okay. You both realize and remember from your studies that this is the only term that Athenians have to differentiate. It is an extremely old dialect of speaking of an ancient language that they use. It's the closest translation that the world has accepted is lambs, and it is written like this. So you actually walk to different places. Doesn't that take a lot of time? I mean, the way you describe it, you must have left before sundown in just order to reach here.
Mhm.
Is she sheltered?
Is she what?
Is she sheltered?
She lives on a
Filter.
fucking floating city.
I was
Athenians,
missing
Literally
on
looking down at
acha,
everyone else. What do you think?
Athenians live in a city that flies above in the sky. They rarely come to the surface. They are considered the
that.
highest of the nobles in the world. How utterly charming and how delightfully strange on foot. Even though when you have these very primitive automatations available, you still choose to travel by foot. I guess you don't trust them enough here. But I guess that's a good thing. As she's talking, a group of hovering dome shaped automatons fly into the room, each gently placing themselves in front of you. Yes, sir.
Uh, at this point, I'll say that you should not. It,
Mhm.
it is a matter of practicality as well. It does not do to rely overly much upon mechanical creations. They have the tendency sometimes to break down, wear and wear and tear, need repair.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have to, they remain unsalvageable, and you have to get new ones.
And if you did not have these automatons, what would you do then?
Rely on the gift that the gods themselves have given us, that the Emperor himself has blessed us with. The gift, the gift of our own bodies and their quite extensive capabilities.
So you actually
I
trust.
assure you, you will never find an automaton quite like it.
That's quite something to look at. Yes, Alpha.
Oh, while this guy is saying that automatons need repairs,
Hmm.
we'll say don't living beings need repairs themselves. You walk, you bruise yourself, you walk, your ankles gets swollen. Need repairs also. You need a downtime also, just like an automatons. Doing that, saying that, I'm just raising my hand, displaying my fingers, so that everybody can see
Okay.
my
As
hand
he
is full
as he
machine.
as he raises his hand, you see. Now that you go ahead and see him up close and personal, let me show you what he looks like. Uh, Parts of his body are machine. Parts of his body are human flesh. He doesn't seem to be wearing armor. The metallic parts seem to be part of his body. Very similar to, but very different from the parts Irona and Dancer have. As he moves his hand and they go like, "Tink,
Okay.
tink."
So, unlike you,
Yeah, you you
are
do
more
you do
reliable.
have a point, and your point is well made. However, the human body also has the ability to repair itself,
No,
whereas
it is
uh,
different.
automatons must be maintained by others.
Hmm.
Body also requires other people. It needs medicine to heal itself. It needs bandages to heal itself. It doesn't just heal itself. Cut you open and let's see if you heal
My.
itself.
Off to a wonderful start. I am enjoying the dynamic that you two are sharing. Two opposing views, both right, but both wrong from each other's perspective. How charming. I knew this was going to be an amazing uh, evening. As the automatons that I were
Lady.
talking about. Oh, shush now, don't
So
ruin the
I
evening. And she goes like, oh, shush now, don't ruin the evening. A group of hurrying dome-shaped automatons fly into the room at this time, and they gently place themselves in front of each of you. It's kind of like drone wale movement where they kind of hover and try to place directly in front of you in a plate. And Maya watches them as they land. As they land, the domes themselves open up to reveal a plate with some food and on a plate already. And Maya goes, "Oh, good. I was worried the kitchen had decided to murder us." But then again, they're still learning manners. These are new automatons I've brought. She taps one of the drones on the head like a little puppy, and it beep, 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 flies away. And what you see being placed in front of you is this. If it uploads, I will share it with you.
But is does she appear to be serious about the drones trying to kill her? Just joking.
Um, she has been laughing and smiling at all this point. You can make a insight check. What she meant by the murder part. While he makes that check, I will explain the plate contains some sort of fruit. At the center is a small arrangement of translucent crimson berries. Each berry is perfectly round and slightly larger than a normal strawberry, with a glass-like skin that allows a faint inner glow to shine through. Tiny golden points of light appear suspended inside the fruit, like little stars. The berries rest among a delicate emerald green uh, base of leaves. that curl around the plate, and there is a small amount of shimmering dressing around them just to make it look good. And for your insight check, you realize that she was just merely saying that they forgot about us. She was being joking about it. कि भूल ही गए हमारे बारे में. They want us to die of hunger in that kind of a way. And seems to be genuinely happy as this delicacy is presented to you. Ah, lovely. She claps her hands and picks up one of them. These are starberries. She puts one of them in her mouth and is like, I love their taste. And these grow on the eastern terraces of Aethris. You know, they grow upside down, like the roots hang towards the sky. And she picks up another one and eats it. Don't ask me why. No one's actually ever figured out why they grow this way. Plants in Aethris are really, really dramatic. Go ahead, try one. And she picks up another one and pops it in her mouth.
Gideon is going to use his knife and fork uh, to poke one and cut one in half, and then eat it.
As you eat this strange little fruit, you first taste what tastes to be strawberry. Before you can actualize it's strawberry, you taste pear. Before you can realize it's pear, you get a mint like flavor. And then suddenly a warmth spreads through your mouth. And Regina looks at you with anticipation, goes, well, what do you think? And she's looking at every one of you with anticipation, what you think about it.
Okay.
Still, I need real strawberries. It might taste much better.
You know this guy? The first time I gave him one of these, he ate 12 of them.
Hungry.
And then he complained that they weren't spicy enough. Can you imagine this guy? He is so fun to be around. Speaking of
Gentlemen,
food,
we have that.
Okay. And it is quite flavorful, unexpectedly
is.
so.
That's the beautiful beauty of starberries. They're just so amazing. You can have 100 of these and you'll feel you've not eaten anything, and yet you'll feel you've eaten. They are just amazing appetizers for a wonderful dinner. And speaking of food, she looks at you, Grovak. She's looking at your hands. And then she looks at you. Tell me, do you lambs actually grow most of your own food?
Yes.
How do you do that?
I mean, how? You plow the land and plant seed, then you water them.
By hand?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderfully inefficient. And she looks at you, Roland. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten? At this point, anyone wants, they can make an insight check.
I'm going to
I
make.
do not know how to bring my character up.
If you go to the right side where it says actors,
I am clicking, but it's not opening my character up.
सब, अल्फा 8 पे क्लिक करोगे तुम्हारा कैरेक्टर खुल जाना चाहिए. मैंने तुम्हें ओनरशिप दे दिया.
खुल नहीं रहा है, वो सिर्फ दिखाता है प्लेयर कैरेक्टर सब्जेक्ट अल्फा 8, बट इट्स नॉट ओपन.
आई थिंक रीलोड कर लो एक दफा. रीलोड कर लो, हो जाएगा. So 16. What are you for? What's the
Didn't roll mine.
It didn't roll yours.
I rolled mine, but it didn't
हाँ थोड़ा सा
acknowledge it.
slow है, दोबारा कर लो. Regina, what's the primary thing you're trying to discern?
Her intentions.
She seems to be genuinely curious about the lambs and everything that they do. Gideon,
You shitting me?
I will.
I
Yep.
I asked her something. I
Mhm.
want to ask her,
Mhm.
and I'm respectful about this. I say, Lady Maya, is this the first time you have descended from Aethris?
It has been after a really long time. Not the first, but a really long time. Just want to know how everyone lives down here in these times.
These times, you say. When was the last time you visited these lands?
I think maybe when I was 10 years old, I guess.
Ah,
I don't
forgive me for asking, but it is very difficult to tell the age of royalty.
know.
May I know how old you are?
You know, it is very impolite to ask a lady her age, but seeing as you amuse me and you are quite cute, in fact, up close, I think it was about over a century ago.
Oh, yes, so that
Hmm.
would make sense.
So, what do you think? So the question she asked was, "What's the strangest thing that you've eaten?"
Strange thing.
Hmm.
The heart of a
There were
snake.
some.
I expect that from you. I've actually seen you eat a snake. I want to know what they eat. And she looks at you and then gestures towards them. Seen you eat a snake. Ugh, revolting. Ah, you ruined my mood. Ugh. Speaking of mood,
Much like Gorvak, I've worked on farm myself, so nothing strange, I suppose. Maybe some herbs or shrubs when you go to the
oh,
medicine woman.
yes, much like the strawberries that we're eating. So much hasn't changed then. Um, changing weather. Ah, tell me. She looks at you, Gideon. What about rain? Do lambs actually enjoy rain?
Well, it is not as common uh, as all that, and as you can tell from this area, areas like this tend to be devoid of water, tend to be lacking it. So, in such cases, rain is a welcome sight.
Why? I mean, you become wet. Everything becomes wet, and then you continue walking around, sloshing in the mud. Ugh, lambs really are fascinating.
It is some find it refreshing and reinvigorating,
Invigorating, you say,
like
Sir Gideon. Tell me something.
for the soul. It
Invigorating for the soul.
revitalizing for the soul.
You see
Uh,
a spark of interest just flare up in her eyes. Tell me something. Do you truly believe Cain is protecting the world? And she smiles.
I do. What he does is for the good of us all.
Hmm.
You decide it's good for us all.
You know that line is really misleading.
Shush, let him answer, Nal. I want to hear. I know what you think. I want to hear what he thinks. Let him speak. So, you think that he has the best interest of everyone in the world. That really is admirable. And what about you? You follow him blindly? I mean, the way you speak, it's almost as if you place your entire faith in him.
अच्छा मैं जा रहा हूँ
Roko, you would want to stay.
Well, in, in a
I
sense,
want to sleep.
You want to stay.
yes, I do have
हाँ
complete faith in him because it is through his power and his ability that uh, I'm able to perform, well, to wield magic myself.
She smiles, puts one of her hands on her cheek, and goes, "Oh my, how adorable!" Almost as if like a mother talking to her child. Faith is a wonderful thing, but provided lambs remember that faith and certainty aren't the same thing. She picks up her glass, raises it to Cain, and looks at everyone.
Gideon raises his glass almost
As-
immediately.
As soon as you
Yeah.
raise your
To the
glass,
Emperor's aid.
regardless of anyone else, as soon as you raise your glass, she goes, "You really do love him," and takes a sip. Around this time, more flying things come, and the previous ones, the starberries, are taken away. And this time around, you are presented with another dish.
I say, hope this time it's meat. Please let it be meat.
You see a
Be meat.
magnificent piece of deep crimson red roasted meat, exceptionally tender, perfectly cooked, presented as the centerpiece of an aristocratic fantasy dinner. The meat is rich, dark, red, beautifully caramelized edges, subtle glossy sheen, the thin glaze, well sliced. The interior is deep ruby red color with delicate marbling and visible juices. It's covered with some sort of an exotic golden spice. It appears as a thin, glowing amber, uh, particles sprinkled across the surface. I want everyone to roll perception. Everyone available.
This, perception.
Yeah, my roles are not doing it today.
Well, Alpha, you already know, but for our friends, that's saffron root. It grows in the lower agricultural districts of Atheris. Unlike farms that you lambs have here on the service, the farms on Atheris, well, aren't actually really farms. They're more like laboratories that have decided to enjoy being called farms. Much less intimidating. Who tries the meat first? This is me asking, not mine.
Barrow?
The meat is exceptionally tender. The flavor is rich. It is unlike any meat. You've eaten a lot of meat. In fact, all of you. You've eaten a lot of different kinds of meat, whoever eats meat. You have not tasted anything like this ever. This is called the Atherian Red. It's one of the prides of Aethris, only served at the most important of events. I think nothing can be more important than making new friends. Please enjoy.
Say, it's quite executive.
You grace us with it.
Of
To,
course.
uh, to this day, I have only heard tales of its flavor,
Oh, you have.
and but it seems the descriptions do not do it justice.
So, what do you think it is?
No, right?
Hmm, it is okay. I mean, after a few centuries, you get bored, and you eventually, a few hundred years, you eventually, it's just normal food. Speaking of
Oh,
food and normals, she takes a bite and says one word. It rings in your ears, Regina.
hmm.
Rexentrum. Now, there's a place I haven't visited in far, far too long. Tell me, Lady Regina, do they still make students spend their first year pretending every magical theory discovered before their birth was somehow revolutionary?
I have been away from Rexentrum for quite a while.
Oh, that is unfortunate. It was one of the things that I loved about that place so much, reading about it. I mean, it is just fascinating. When you were at Rexentrum, weren't you quite accomplished there? Do you remember your professors?
I have been trying new things in life.
Hmm, what kind of new things are you specializing again?
I am trying to expand my horizons. There was not the learning was quite limited in Rex Centrum. Of course, there are so many new magics and technologies being developed these days, and someone has to learn about it so they can teach the students.
You see her smile widen almost with excitement. You almost swear, because sitting so close to her, you almost swear you saw her drool. There you are. I knew I hadn't imagined you. She turns to everyone else. You know, I heard she was quite the prodigy. For someone who came from nowhere, had no established noble background, she was really quite exceptional. and she takes another bite. Excellent grades, immaculate spell work, and a rather unhealthy fascination with obscure magical theory. And apparently a tendency to get into places she wasn't allowed. A habit I see she still retains to today. Speaking of old habits, I just remembered another thing about her. You're gonna hate me for this, darling. Has she ever told you guys about her dragon obsession? She looks at everyone for a moment.
Already now.
Well, she has not.
Does
Oh, this is
does
going
that
to
No.
be wonderful.
trigger any?
We will come to that in a bit. Let me just
Uh,
finish the exposition. Oh,
okay.
this is going to be wonderful. You see,
Oh,
Regina
please.
here had this rather unfortunate idea while studying at Redstone. She raises one finger, wipes her mouth with the other hand. She became convinced that dragons were not simply creatures of fantasy, but actually existed. She raises another finger. Furthermore, get a load of this. She believed they were important. Very important. She looks at you, Gideon. She started researching them. Not casually, not academically. No, she became obsessed. Old, and she said like एक हाथ से दूसरे finger पे दूसरे hand की fingers पे count करना शुरू कर दिया. Old maps, ancient draconic text, religious records, military reports, travelers' journals, and I'm fairly certain I've heard that she once purchased a shepherd's diary because she claimed that he had seen a dragon in his dreams. It was terrible scholarship, by the way, but an admirable commitment. She stands up in place, holds her edge of her collar of her cape, and adopts this regal-looking pose. And she goes and tries to make up a voice. Miss Regina, dragons are not an acceptable field of specialization. Miss Regina, please stop submitting papers about dragons. Miss Regina, for the love of every god currently listening, stop drawing circles around the mountains on academy maps. And she falls down laughing into her chair. But she wouldn't stop because eventually she
Well,
thought she found something. She found a collection of old records which were not supposed to be what she should have been reading, somewhere deep within Rexentrum. Old records describing 5 ancient dragons. Oh, not ordinary dragons, ancient ones, each associated with an aspect, each associated with a region, each apparently connected to something much older than the world around us. She became convinced she had discovered the existence of what we now call, or at least think of, as the Pentarch Primarchs. Do you know what the faculty thought? They thought she had finally lost her mind. One professor eventually told her that if she spent another month researching the so called mythical dragon nonsense, she will be expelled from the archive. Naturally, Regina here took that as a challenge and she announced she was going to find them, not only prove they existed, but find them and expose them to the world. She stood in the middle of a lecture hall full of alumni and professors and dignitaries and declared that the academy would eventually have to apologize to her and left. I think you even said, when I come back with proof, she tries to mimic your voice. When I come back with proof, every one of you will look very stupid. She was very confident. She found a
well,
group of sellswords. And now, whether they believed in her cause or not, simply were in it for the coin, and set out on her journey. And then she just disappeared. She disappeared so well that everyone believed she was dead. The rest of the story goes that several or so years later, she was found in a jungle, half dead, delirious, rambling in an unknown language during her recovery at Rexentrum. She was rambling that she had been right, that she found the Primarchs, and when questioned, she couldn't explain where she had been, what she had found, or what happened to her sellsword she hired. The professors at the academy declared her insane and declared her a mentally unstable person. Whether she truly couldn't remember anything or had found nothing or decided to play the victim, only she truly knows, but sadly, according to her, she can't remember. She takes a sip of her wine.
The cutting edge of any magical invention or discovery is not for the faint of heart. It requires a very keen mind and insight to understand what the uh, pattern exists in any given zone. I don't fault some of the professors at Rexentrum University. They had their beliefs, and I had mine.
So you
But
believe, and she sloshes her wine in her glass a bit, looks up, thinks for a moment. So you believe sacrifices are necessary for greater understanding or for the greater good. She takes a sip.
depends on depends on the greater good and depends on the sacrifice now, doesn't it?
Then I guess it is probably for the best that you forgot. She takes another sip and says, the Pentarch Primarchs, pauses for a bit, exist. Everyone thought she was completely insane. Of course, you weren't entirely wrong. You know what? This has gotten dramatic.
What,
This
what do you
this
know of Pentac Primons?
They are strong. Even the Atherians respect their um, authority. But where one is, apparently you're the only one brave enough to go looking for one. We're not stupid. If they wish to reveal themselves to the world, they can do so at any time. We're not gonna go looking for something that is described as having the ability to wipe an entire nation or even the world. You know what? This is what makes this story so funnier. Imagine being right about the most important discovery of all time and still managing to make yourself looking like an idiot. The plates are cleared, another dish is brought out. That was unnecessary cruel of me. Please accept my apologies, Regina. But I enjoyed it tremendously. Speaking of,
If you don't mind,
Mhm.
Lady Maya, uh, what brings you down to the surface after a century, as you say?
I had nothing better to do. I was bored.
Uh, is she being evasive or is she being honest about
Inside check. She seems to. As she's taking another sip, plates
what?
are cleared, and some more food is brought out, which I will show you in a bit. She does turn to you. So you all travel as Chulbul. She's speaking to you. So you all travel together as what lambs call a group of adventurers looking for
Achha,
jobs.
now I'm going
Okay, okay. Looking for jobs in exchange
to
of
that.
coin.
Well, that's been our vocation recently. Before, I was a farmhand, pretty much working on my family's, well, you wouldn't call it estate, maybe a little parcel of land.
So in these adventures of yours, do things get troublesome or dangerous at times?
Most of the time, it seems.
So when things get dangerous, who do you trust when things go wrong?
Well, honestly, I have come to trust in the ingenuity of our intellect, in the strength of my friends. That has gotten us out of trouble more than I can count in recent history.
How amusing. And who do you think is most likely to get everyone killed?
You mean a person, or
Out of you guys, who do you think is going to mess up so badly that all of you might die on one of these so called adventures?
I don't think any of us has any intention of getting any of us killed.
You really do trust your friends a lot, don't you? All of you do, seems.
I do. I have come to trust in my friends.
You know, trust is a very fickle thing. She takes another sip. Gideon, earlier you spoke about Cain with remarkable affection. What was it that made you follow him?
In a sense, I owe my life to him.
So it's a life debt
Uh,
that you think you're paying in or by following him. Interesting. Do you think he has always been this way? The way he is? Certain, determined, convinced that he knows what is best for everyone?
that I believe is knowledge not for uh, mortals like us to mortals like yeah for mortals to know.
You know, some people are born that way, others become that way. I wonder which he was. So you owe your life to him. Do you think everything you do for him is enough?
An interesting question, but for paladins like myself, it is more about the journey than rather than the destination.
Hmm. Then perhaps you can
Our
say
lives, we devote our lives in service of the emperor,
she listens to you intently
and
as you speak.
it more than that, it is devotion and it is duty.
Devotion and
And
duty. She's just like, she's not interrupting you. She's just, you know, small talk.
yeah, and as the saying goes, only in death does duty end.
Then perhaps you can settle something for me. Why does your faith place such importance on absolute obedience?
It is our unwavering faith in the emperor, for that he knows what is right and the best path forward for all of humanity. And that we have to place some level of trust in him and in his decisions and his decrees.
And her
If he
smile
has
says,
outlawed something or forbidden something, it is not without reason.
and if Cain commanded you to do something you personally thought was wrong, would you obey? Let's say she asked you to kill
It is
an innocent child. Would you question or would you obey? She looks at you with the
Gideon
most
pauses.
anticipation as if, and with a smile, that she's really expecting an answer. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. She turns to
Bilbo would
No, he
and
takes his
say,
time chewing over the
what,
question, just uh, eating and chewing and just thinking, mulling over the question.
What? Trust. You spoke of trust, little one. And she looks at you, Chulbur. What if, and she points to Roland, what if your friend here told you something was impossible? Would you accept it, or would you investigate it?
well, one has to trust one's friends, and up to a point, they see certain things and they trust their senses as well. It's a matter of balance. It's not. We are living in this world. And you speak of my friend whether he would obey the order from the emperor. Well, no sane emperor will give such an order. You have to question
Cain.
sort of insanity that if they tell you to kill an infant.
It's funny that you say that. Cain is a very powerful man. Powerful people tend to cast very long shadows. Sometimes the most important things happen inside those shadows. You should not assume that the person standing in the light is the person moving the pieces. She leans back in her chair, wipes her mouth with a little piece of cloth. Actually, I met Cain once. I think I was 22, or was it 12? At the time, he was still young. Cain had come to Athens to pay his respect to the Atherian royals, or well, more accurately, at least to the people who considered themselves important enough to receive him. You know how nobles are. Aetherians are simply better at it. I remember seeing him. He was younger, much, much younger. But he carried himself like a man who had decided the world would eventually listen to him. He wasn't there alone. He had a boy with him, young, very pale, quiet, white hair. Although perhaps quiet isn't the right word. He seemed simply lost. Cain was fascinated by him. She looks in the direction of Kier. He would go, where did you learn that? How did you do that? Can you do it again? It was almost as if he was completely captivated by this boy. I remember thinking it was adorable. That one's called Kier, right? And she points towards Kier. Says he's not there. In any case, maybe remembering is wrong. Memory is a terribly inconvenient thing. Kane seemed to have taken a remarkable interest in him. Perhaps he was important, or perhaps he was simply someone Kane thought was important. Although there seem to be a lot of white-haired people around me lately. She said. She sits up in her chair. She claps her hands and says dessert, and dessert is served.
Acha, while that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
I ask her um, something.
Mm-hmm.
I say, so you're saying that there are dealings happening in shadows under
Always.
sanctum auspices.
Everywhere.
No, but you are
Always.
saying that it is happening under the auspices of the emperor himself.
Oh no, you seem to have misunderstood me. I was not accusing anyone. I was merely saying that if you're searching for answers, you should look in places where people are standing in light. It doesn't have to be Kane. I'm just merely making a statement.
I see. So would you know of anyone in the sanctum trying to amass power through methods that might be questionable to the to the principles
Hmm.
that underpin sanctum?
Make a persuasion check to see if you can persuade her to give you an answer. That's your final roll? Unless you want to
Mm,
modify
well,
it in any way.
I want to मैंने use my वो मिलती है रोजाना की मिलती है heroic inspiration
होती है, you should have heroic inspiration. You can
तो
make
कैसे हो मिलता है वो features में
you can just do you can just do a reroll.
oh okay
What did you roll this time?
I rolled a 15 overall I think I can
Second roll pick है.
do second
6.
1 minute
She
बार्डिक इंस्पिरेशन बोल दो
I don't think
ये
खुद
खुद को नहीं दे
खुद
सकता
को नहीं दे सकते.
Shit.
it is what it is
It is what it is. She doesn't name anyone, but she does say Vespers Crossing. And takes another sip and claps her hand and
Whisper
like Vespers Crossing. VESPER.
West Coast
Ah,
Crossing
Vespers
अच्छा
Crossing.
so
She doesn't
does
say
that
anything.
ring a bell
You can roll a history check.
eh
You haven't heard of it.
it's one of those I kind of give a quizzical look to everyone at the table
Hmm.
and I turn to Lady Maya and say, Lady Maya is that supposed to signify something
Who knows? You're adventurous. Go on an adventure. Find out. Dessert is eventually brought to the table. Small, spherical, transparent globes hover into the room and similarly place themselves in front of you. The top of the dome, almost the glass like dome, and inside you can see a delicate, pale, silver white, creamy kind of a substance. And as it places in front of you, the top of the bowl molds and reshapes into a half curved glass that looks like a moon. Within it, you see the dessert, silver white cream, perfectly silky and reflective, gives off a faint pearlescent glow, and is without any movement swirling around in itself. And on top of it, pale blue sparkles that glitter like stars. Uh, I want everyone to roll perception. Everyone have at the table.
Yeah. Okay, let's try. How bad am I gonna roll today?
We don't need it anymore. We don't need it anymore. Roland. Roland. Doesn't need a Roland ka aa gaya. You guys cannot beat Roland. Looking at this dish, you can't help but stare at it. And as you begin to stare at it, without looking at you, Maya says, Don't stare at it. You'll only make yourself more hungry. Just eat it without thinking or looking at it directly. It's made from milk harvested from moonhorns, a very beautifully, elegantly ugly animal. Extremely intelligent, very proud, and deeply offended by everything. They live in the upper gardens on Atheris. The crystals, on the other hand, are called sky sugar. It grows in the upper district gardens. Well, go on, have a sip or spoonful, and she just starts eating. And she looks at
Okay.
you,
yeah
Alpha.
we
She looks at you, Alpha. Are you eating?
Would you say I've seen this before?
No, you have not seen this before.
Yeah.
In fact, none of the dishes that have actually been presented with, you've actually seen before. Maybe you might have heard or read about it somewhere, but this is the first time you're actually seeing these dishes. She eats a few spoonfuls, watches you all eat, and she sets her spoon down. Well, that was fun. You're all probably wondering why I called you all here all of a sudden. Well, I believe you adventurers, you do jobs for money, right? And I am told you are searching for some of your lost lambs from your village who were taken prisoner. I want you all to do a job for me, and in return, I will pay you and also help you find your lost lambs. For reasons that are important to me, I want you all to win this upcoming race, get invited to this gala, and infiltrate the marshal's mansion and uncover her information. Specifically, what and how much he knows about the ancient dig site Relic Point. Since I cannot directly intervene as per doctrine, I will offer you monetary gains and assistance in winning this race so you can get into the upcoming party easily. Furthermore, I can assure you that if I am correct in my hunch, looking into this information about Relic Point will also help some gap in Miss Regina's memories. And to help you in this endeavor, I am lending you my guard Alpha here. Take him with you. His talents will assist you in winning this challenge, should you require help. She turns to you, Alpha. Go with them. Use your, she looks at your mechanical parts, unique talents to make sure they win this race and get invited to the gala. I said I'll help you find out who you are, and I've brought you to which will set you on your path to finding that. You want to learn why the Dominion was using you as a weapon? This is the best place to start learning. Investigating the person who is building weapons will lead you to your answers. She gestures towards him. Once you are all invited, I will assure that the marshal's attention is on me during his gala so that you can do your infiltration. However, should you be captured, I will deny all knowledge of my involvement. Not that anyone would believe you, anyways. I think the things that you are looking for may eventually lead you all to the same place. So, do we have an accord? She raises half of her glass.
That is what we do.
Very well,
The
then.
more we know, the
As she raises a toast to my new friends, may we all, Professor, prosper and gain what we are looking for. And at this time, another automaton comes into the room. Humanoid leans into her ear. She listens intently, and then it walks away. She gets up. Well, then, it was a pleasant evening, wouldn't you say? Entertaining as you lambs were, sadly, I have to leave now and attend to urgent matters. Let me be a good host and see you all out. As she gets up, cleans her clothes, and gestures for. Um, she, sorry. She asks, please, um, would you please all, if it would be terribly inconvenient, would you all please wait by the door? And she gestures to Regina. A moment, please. And she's pointing towards the gallery behind her. And she leads Regina out into the gallery. Hold on, guys.
Wait,
Someone's ringing my
before you go,
doorbell.
what was the name of the um, that place you mentioned?
Vespers
Burton something?
Crossing. Vespers Crossing.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Someone's at my door.